Okay, Chapter 8, Lesson 6, Factoring Trinomials. So in these notes, we're going to ask ourselves, we're only going to do this if there are three terms. So in our three-termed binomial, or our three terms we know comes from two binomials. And what we're trying to figure out is what were the two binomials that were added together to get our trinomial. So if I start with this, x plus 2x minus 4 would give me x squared minus 4x plus 2x minus 8. So that would give me x squared minus 2x minus 8. And so now what we're doing is we're trying to figure out what were in these two binomials that gave us the x squared minus 2x minus 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up the two binomials starting with x and x. Then we need to find two integers that multiply to be the c term. And the c term is the last term. It goes a, b, c. So right now I'm trying to think of two things that multiply to be 8 and that subtract to be 2. So two things that multiply to be 8 and subtract to be 2 are 4 and 2. Now, in order to figure out what the signs are in that binomial is we look at this sign chart. So my binomial was a minus, minus, and so that's down here. And that tells you that they are opposite signs and that the bigger one gets a minus. So down here we have this x squared plus 4x plus 3. So I start with my two binomials, x and x. What are things that multiply to be 3, and when you add them, you get 4. 3 and 1. Then look at my sign chart. This is plus plus. So I look at my sign chart, and it says if it's a plus plus, both binomials are plus. On number 2, I ask myself, what are two things that multiply to be 32, and when I add them, I get 12. 8 and 4. Then these are plus plus, and so according to my sign chart, both binomials are plus. On number 5, x and x, what are two things that multiply to be 21, and when you subtract them, you get 4. 7 and 3. This is minus minus, so according to my sign chart, the bigger number gets a minus. On number 11, what are two numbers that multiply to be 9, and when you subtract them, you get 8? 9 and 1. Sign chart says plus minus, so that means the bigger number gets a plus. On this one, two numbers that multiply to be 20, and when you add them, you get 12, 2 and 10. Plus plus, sign chart says both plus.